Great poetry always needs to be reread. You don't have to get it the first time around, and the way you rap, you know, one could never take it all in.
Right.
I wonder if we could look closely at some lines from It Ain't Hard to Tell.
All right.
And I'm wondering if you would just read it for us.
This rhythmatic explosion is what your frame of mind has chosen. Leave your brain stimulated, niggas is frozen. Speak with criminal slang, begin like Leviathan, end like Leviathan. It's deep, well let me try again. Wisdom be leaking out my grapefruit troop. Now let me explain that line.
Please.
Wisdom be leaking out my grapefruit troop. So troop is just what we call each other, right? Troop.
Right,
Hey, what's
like
up,
my
troop?
gang, my group.
My guys. Grapefruit is this thing, your noodle, your noggin, your whatever. So that's just another word. So wisdom is leaking out of it as I'm doing this word. You know, I'm trying to sound cool. You know, and you know, with just other words for my
And that's one of the ways your pen is extreme. What does it mean to dominate break loops? That's the beat, right?
That's the beat.
So explain
That's
that,
the beat.
if you would.
Well, break loops are when someone takes a piece of a record. Usually it's the breakdown part. It's a piece in every record where there's just drums. So they made records out of those things. They loop that part. Break loop is just another way of saying it, because it's loop. You're looping one piece. So I dominate break loops.
It occurs to me that to say you dominate break loops is also a way of saying there's this underlying formal given, right? There's the break loop, there's the thing somebody else made. And any poet, you know, all poets inherit forms.
Right.
You know, they're given to them, and they have to kind of learn to make them their own. You know, English poets will use iambic pentameter, or, you know, there's just forms we use throughout the centuries. And I hear you saying, give me this form, and I will dominate it.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Given Mike's menstrual
When we met
cycle, last time we started to talk about your poetry, about you as a poet, and I was hoping that this time we could get even closer to the actual words that are both on the page and in everybody's ears, and the words you use in performance. You write in New York State of Mind, with the pen I'm extreme. And, you know, all over your work, you are reminding us again and again of the power of the poem. You say, I kick a skill like Shaquille holds a pill. And you write, you know you got, this is in halftime, you know you got the mad fat fluid when you rhyme. And, you know, person who doesn't know that vernacular might need some translation, and I know you'll give it, but there's this consistent message that poetry is energy, power.
Yeah, I noticed the power in poetry through rap music when I was a kid. It was a guy named Tila Rock, and he made a song called It's Yours, commentating, illustrating, description giving, adjectives. He was saying words like a teacher would say, but it was a rhythm to it, and the track, the beat underneath of it was hard, and it was like he created these visuals in my head, and I said, this guy's amazing. You know, it was guys like him that drew me in, and I started to see like the power of words, especially with rhythm.
You just described something that happens to all poets. They begin to hear other poets. They begin to hear poetry in language, and you just isolated different elements. On the one hand, the sound of rhyme. You also mentioned visual, right? A poet's capacity to conjure images visually.